Y'all are muted.
Now I want to know what Jaren is saying. We'll do commentary. Jaren's doing Pokemon, something.
Nah,
This is such a tease.
if you heard me, you would be amazed. Who's on this thing? Who's on this thing?
It's Corey.
30? Devin's on here? Kelsey's on here. Meg's on here. Evan's on here. Jim's on here. All right. Ross on here. All right. Miguel's on here. Let's go. All right. We're gonna start first. Evan Barnes.
Jaren, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm rethinking everything that happened this year. Kind of letting it sink in for once. I haven't really been able to think about it with my family or really kind of dial in on it, but it's hitting me a little bit, little things.
Definitely, man. I can feel that, you know. So you mentioned the other day just kind of how much this off season is going to remind you of kind of what you were able to do before the bubble with your workout. And you mentioned how excited you were. So does that motivate you knowing that, you know, you've already kind of had that off season where you were able to get healthy and work? Does that kind of help you see kind of what's in store for you this off season?
Yeah, I mean, my work ethic, I take a lot of pride in it. I think it's really got to start early. It's really got to be dialed in the summer. Every day counts. Whether you can work on your mind, your game, your body, you know, all those things are what's going to translate to next year. So yeah, like before in the bubble, when I was able to get things before that and come in and kind of have a smooth transition before it was cut short for me. I think similar plan, just, you know, there's obviously other things you got to work on, but the same mentality, the same effort, just working every day is what I'm going to be on.
We'll go to Jim Conlon.
Hi, Jaren. I suppose a terrific game, sort of 7 mentality against the Golden State Warriors to get into the playoff. It was really, people would have dubbed it from the outside, a David versus Goliath sort of matchup with Steph's playoff, his championship rings, with Draymond's championship ring. The belief that gave you as an organization and as team going forward to take down the Golden State Warriors going into next year, must give you a great belief.
For sure. They're a great great team. They, you know, their resume speaks for itself. You know what they do. And we did lose to them before very recently. So then when we got to play them again, it was just kind of a lot of built up, whatever. You know, you want to go out there and get revenge. You want to go out there and do it on the same floor you lost. And it meant a lot more. You know, we got really hyped after that game. It meant a lot for us to clinch, and you know, that's what sparked everything going forward. So that game definitely meant a lot. We left it out there.
Yeah.
Drew Hill.
Jaren, first of all, I want to know what that Pikachu text was about. What was that?
It wasn't a Pikachu text. I was just texting. Don't worry. I sent. I was supposed to go talk with Zach, and I told him I was doing media, and I sent him a GIF of like Peter Griffin running down the steps, kind of like on my way, and then he thought that was funny.
Oh, it looked like Pikachu from back here. So the ceiling, you talk about putting it all together. Together, what will that look like? How will we know when you have put it all together?
I hope there's no ceiling, to be honest. But then again, like, no one's gonna be able to teach me to be a mobile, dynamic 7-footer. Like, there's not a lot of those out there. You kind of gotta find your own niche and find your own vibe with like your own game to reach your maximum. And that comes from a lot of different things. Like, I have a lot of responsibilities, you know, with my ability. I got to be able to do a lot of things on the court, on defense and offense. So, film, coaches, everybody's going to help me with that, but no one can put it together except you. And that goes for any player, but like, especially if like, you know, you're tall as hell, just trust me, no one is. Like, I have to figure out for myself. But you will see it and it will come together because I have that belief in, the people around me have that belief that, together we can make this happen.
Kelsey Wright Johnson.
Hey, Jaren. You kind of poured your heart out after the last game, and it was nice to see that side of you. If you were to look back at this season, because I felt like you were more emotional this year than we've seen you, what would be like the fondest, in a good way, what would be like your fondest memory when you look back at this year?
I mean, when we were hyped after the Warriors game, I'll probably never forget that. Just like throwing water everywhere, turning up, really seeing everybody's face. I mean, you definitely saw me get emotional after that, if you want to call it that. But yeah, that's definitely something I'll remember forever. The win streak, we had a win streak. Even when we didn't have a win streak, it was fun all the time, just like being around everybody. But probably the Warriors game is what I'll remember forever, just that moment in the locker room with everybody. I poured my heart out. That's what I poured my heart out. All right, continue.
Mark, go ahead.
Hey, Jaren. I'm curious. I know you only played like 15, 16, 17 games that ended up this year. And you had ups and downs, I'm assuming, from your perspective. But how valuable do you think it is just that you were able to go through that, get through it healthy? Seemed like you were getting more and more comfortable as it went along. As you look back on it, how valuable do you think that was, just being able to get your feet wet, so to speak, coming off the injury?
It's huge. Coming back and being able to return was the goal. So I'm glad we did that. And then the playoff experience is huge. Only got a little taste of it, but I mean, at the end of the day, I can use that to build onto the next year. Yeah, just being able to come back this year is good. It's refreshing. It lets me go into the summer a little clear-headed, understanding that I am back playing on the floor, but now it's just time to tune up your game. So that's exciting.
Terry Davis.
Hey, Jaren, how you doing, man?
How are you?
Life is good, man. I know you, since you are a student of the game, if I made you commissioner for a day, what 2 or 3 rules would you change? Shorten the season, make it more physical. What 2 things do you do to make the game better for you and your team?
If I was commissioner, I would say let's get a little 4-point line. That'll be fun, just shoot deep threes and all that. And I don't know, I kind of want to pick something fun. I don't want to pick something boring. How about if you get fouled, right? You can either shoot your free throws or like shoot a 3, but only get 1 shot, 1 shot at it. Those are my 2 rules.
Last question, we'll go to Cassie Carlson.
Hey, Jaren, you're a music guy. Curious why you think the NBA and hip hop and rap overlap so much, and how have you seen them play into the Memphis culture?
I mean, personally for me, I listen to so much music. I probably listen to music in the car, at the gym, leaving the gym, in the car, at home, before I go to bed, when I wake up, before the game, after the game. I mean, it's just for any mood, you need it to get you going. You need it to turn up. You need it to celebrate. You need it to calm yourself down. So many different things. And I mean, especially in this city, I mean, it's theme songs around here. A lot of the stuff you hear is just played in our locker rooms and played in pretty much every locker room in America. And now you see a lot of Memphis rappers are like blowing up. They're like worldwide, global. So, it's just it's a match made in heaven, honestly.
Thanks, Jaren.
All right. Desmond Bane is up next.